It's a tough one. Can I also say something that will strike you as punching down, but you might laugh enough to make up for it? What percentage of Disney World patrons do you think the Disney World monorail is their only experience with public transit? Like 75%? 50%? That was a good one. Do you count the people mover at Tomorrowland? I think that the people mover drops you off in the same places it picks you up, right? So I don't think I don't think that counts as transportation. So does a train. Well, usually you stop somewhere in the middle, right? Like go to work or like see a museum or something like that. I'm on vacation. I'm allowed to act a little rude on public transit. Honestly, for the most part, the people that we met at Disney World, I had sympathy. Like sometimes I get in their way. I've got a stroller with me, and I got two younger kids. Like they're not paying attention to everything. They're bumping into people now and then. I say sorry. It's no harm, no foul. I try to extend that sympathy to others as well. But there was some where I was like, be an eager player, eager monk. I mean, when there's kids who are like, inconveniencing you, if I can be accused of being boomer coded, then I'm going to accuse you of being millennial coded or even Gen Z coded. Maybe I'm a boomer. I get way more annoyed when I am inconvenienced by an adult than when I'm inconvenienced by a child, because a child, their brain doesn't really work right yet. So like when a little kid bumps into me and then they say sorry, I'm like, there's absolutely no problem. Now, if they're like 12, I might be like, you better sort that shit out real quick, because not everybody's as nice as I am. But when it's like an adult that's, they have a dereliction of duty, I'm like, you're supposed to be the responsible one. I will say we had a funny moment. Like we were on the monorail and I was sitting in my seat like wedged up against the wall. It was real tight. I had my niece next to me, and then Kate, my daughter, and my other niece were like across because we couldn't get seats together. We stopped at another place, like another resort, and then a little kid and his family got on, and the kid just walked up to me. He was probably like 7, and he pointed at me and said, "I sit there?" And I just sort of looked at him. He didn't say like, "Can I sit there?" or like, "Do you mind moving so I could sit there?" He just said, "I sit there." And I was just like, what's going on? And then his mom was like, "No, you can't sit there. Come sit with us." And he was like, "No, they can move over there and I can sit here." And then the mom was like, "No, just come sit with us." And then he screamed, and then his mom went off on him in Polish and took them off of the monorail. And I was like, oh shit. It isn't. You can't, Dave might have been at Disney World for like 6 days. You can't be pulling that kind of stuff on day 6. On day 1, you might be able to be like, ha ha, no, just come sit on my lap. On day 6, it's like, you know how hard it is to get everybody in line to get on the fucking monorail, and then you're going to blow it all up by trying to steal that guy's seat. Anyway. We need more of that? Well, I mean, I think it's like, people don't need to be meaner to their kids, but it was nice to see someone kind of laying down the chain of command. Although the flip side of that was there's so many times when like my daughter would be taking a nap, so I would just be hanging out, with her in the shade, and then you'd see like a dad with the, when I say this, you know what I mean. A dad with a big backpack on, and he's got the waistband buckled too, and he's got sunglasses on. You know what I'm talking about? And the dad would be like browbeating his son. "I told you 20 times, if you ever did that again, we're going to leave." And then the kid would be like, but, he'd be, "No buts! We're getting out of here right now." And then like grab the kid by the elbow. You see the picture of the guy at Disneyland where his shirt says like, "If I charge in, follow me. If I retreat, kill me. If I die, avenge me"? Someone tweeted that to me while I was at Disney World, and I was laughing my ass off. It's such a good shirt. I can't imagine where you got to be psychologically to wear that shirt to fucking Disneyland, man. It's so good. I tweeted that to you. Thank you. It was I enjoyed the tweet immensely. I enjoyed the picture. I saw that exact shirt at Universal Studios. It's a wild world out there, man. Stay safe. Did you wear your I'm with her t-shirt? No, that's in my humidor. What the fuck? You just own me. The question is, if you kill him because he retreated, do you still have to avenge him? You know, that's a good question. When I was on the monorail, a guy got in a fight with my dad who was disabled because he was sitting while his wife had to stand. Opened with, when you leave the park, you should buy a dictionary and look up the word respect. Holy cow, man. You're on the damn train at Disney World. Everyone's got to relax a little bit. I do want to say, like, almost everybody we saw was having a good time. But there were definitely some people where you were like, they're not having a good time. I think, like, the stress can get to anybody, but, like, I think there were some people that kind of, I don't know. I wouldn't say they went looking for a conflict. I would say that their base case maybe is that they always sort of look for conflict. It's not like they rolled up to Disney World and were like, let's fight. It's just like, for whatever reason, they are conditioned to look for a fight everywhere. Oh, this is bad. The humidity there restricts brain activity. In their defense, it was real humid. So I'm willing to cut. I'm not saying you gotta hand it to them.